Hi, welcome to another edition of the Weekly Wrap. I'm Cal Anderson, local activist, and here's where we mine nuggets from the news galleys from the previous week's newspapers. Now, my guest today is Dianna Chakoutis. She's a Ward 5 City Councilor, and welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me today.
All right. Now, we've got a few things to discuss. We can't really discuss the election campaign because LCTV is doing a fabulous job of inviting all candidates on for different segments now that the slate is clear. Where are you from? Are you originally from Lynn?
I'm from West Lynn, yep.
All right.
Born and raised in Lynn.
Now, I know you have a day job.
I do. I manage the Old Time Italian Cuisine in Lynn, right on Boston Street. I'm there. This has been our busy season, so I've been haven't been seen too much.
So you're in generally the hospitality business,
yes.
Right? And you know, downtown Lynn is becoming more and more known for that.
Yes, it is.
Because there's a lot of restaurants and coffee shops, et cetera, opening downtown. Have you seen that a lot in the last maybe few years?
I've seen tremendous amount new places opening up. I think it's great. I think it's unbelievable. We have a little bit of everything downtown, from coffee to Italian to fine dining to Mexican food. You have your choice when you go down there.
Now, another catalyst for the increased activity is the Arts and Entertainment District. Now, it took a few years for the public sector to realize that the private sector, galleries, artists, et cetera, were doing a lot of the work. Then the Commonwealth decided to come up with official arts district designations. And a few years ago, Lynn was named one of the first 5, in fact, was declared the first of the first 5. So another first for our city. Have you noticed the difference in just the last few years, what's going on?
Yes, I think the Arts and Cultural District is really coming alive, especially right now with this Beyond Walls. There's so much going on. Just coming here today, going through downtown, the artists are out everywhere. They have a list of events coming up for this month. I have them on my phone if you want me to read them out, but there's like 5 different events coming up, and if you're out in the area, come down here and just watch them. They're painting everywhere right now. What
Diana's referring to, of course, is the Mural Festival. Beyond Walls is a project where they're taking 15, it grew from the original 10 expected, but now to 15 full-size murals in conjunction with the property owners and volunteers. Even the artists are volunteers.
Yes.
There's some funding that was done to house them. And we just have to mention that the Painters Union has done a great job. They donated all the paint. They did the first phase of just whiting out the walls over the brick, essentially establishing a canvas for the art. And they donated the scissors jacks and lifts that are being used.
They're everywhere right now downtown.
Yeah, so if you haven't been downtown Lynn in a while, it's in the middle of this whole thing happening. And of course, we've already started the installation of the vintage neons.
Yes.
And there's going to be the underpass lighting underneath the
Central Square.
Yeah, and all the train overpasses,
Yes.
underpasses. So that's all happening. It's a perfect time of year because we've got the farmers market downtown now. We've got
we have food trucks.
the food truck emporium. Now, is it 10 at once, Diana, or is it I understand there's 10 food trucks approved for the space.
What the food truck has to be, it has to be on private property.
Right.
It can't be just on the public street. Mm-hmm. And Mount Vernon right now is where most of the food trucks are.
Right, because Francisco,
yeah.
what's his last name? I forget. He owns the Quonset huts,
Yes.
the curved spaces that are underneath the train.
And
he actually owns the sidewalk. So that's where the new burgeoning food truck center is. That's very good. Our city's always got something exciting going on. But you know, we should talk about some of the nuggets mined from the previous week too. So starting with the July 8th, last Saturday, you can see from my highlights that there was a bunch of things that I think were weekly wrap worthy. Starting with families asked to provide haven for young homeless. Now, Haven House, based in Boston, and now they run the Thousand Hills Coffee Shop in Lynn has a outreach program. They're looking for families or individuals with a spare room that can let somebody live there for 3 to 6 months. Now, these would be young adults and individuals who were formerly homeless but are now working their way back up. And this gives them a time to just put away first and last month's rent, get on their feet, and they're looking for volunteers. So you can look into that. We had a lot of rain recently. I just like this photo. There's a newer photographer for the Item that I've been watching his work. He tends to work on weekends. Spencer Haysack. And here he's got this guy jumping over a puddle in midair. I think that was great. Local aid survives budget brawl. Now that's good news for everybody. We were worried there were going to be some serious cuts, and this would affect everything from lifestyle, et cetera, from the state monies. But not only are they maintaining, but we're going to get $6.4 million more. So that was good news. It took a long time for the budget to come out. Now, who knew that Amelia Earhart got her flying start in Medford? And in fact, her mother was living there, according to this article, when Amelia Earhart became lost or missing. So this localizes that whole thing. We got about 3 minutes left to keep talking about these. Now, you know about the dinosaur on Route 1?
Yes, that dinosaur is famous. It's been there forever.
Have you ever played golf there?
Yes. Yep,
Okay.
we used to go up there all the time.
They're keeping a little putting area.
Oh, are they? Okay.
I just read this. I think it's still gelling, but there's going to be a mixed use there, mostly residential project, but they've moved the dinosaur up the top of the retaining wall just to get it out of the way until it's at its final spot.
It's a big landmark.
Oh man, public pressure made them keep that, because that's like losing the Citgo sign in Fedway. Now, also want to mention the Department of Public Works in Lynn is hosting a compost seminar. The recycling coordinator, Julia Green, is hosting this. It's just to teach people how you can take what would be organics, yard waste, and garbage, and how to compost instead of throwing it away into the landfills. This is a very green way of doing it, and you don't have to be in a rural area to do this.
No, you don't.
That's why they're having a seminar to show how to do this in the cities. What else we got? Oh, on Monday, July 10 issue, a 71-year-old person awakened by shooting pain. Now, that sounds like a little pun in the headline writers, but really they woke up on Chestnut Street and an errant stray bullet had gone into their home and struck them, I believe, in the arm. So, anyway, what else we got? Medical marijuana heads up Tuesday's agenda last week. There's 2 medical marijuana dispensaries coming to town. This is pretty much the next progression, signing off on the one on the old former Cooper Lewis building right next to the sports center. So we'll be seeing that. Now, let the light shine, Lynn. 3 out of 4 days, the front page was devoted to this project. Beyond walls, et cetera. So this is very important. This is one of the most important things we've had happen in our city in a long time. And I've got one more little thing.
Make way for ducklings.
Make way for ducklings. There were 6 ducklings down a storm drain off of North Bend. And here's a picture of the firefighters rescuing them.
That's great.
So it shows you that our finest have a heart.
Yes, they do.
You know, we're going to wrap this up, Diana.
All right.
You got any nuggets?
No, just everyone come downtown, check out the Arts and Cultural District. Look what's going on down here. There's fantastic things going on.
Good. Now I'm going to let you close the show.
All
There's
right.
your camera right over there.
Until next time, in every way and every day, keep loving Lynn.